Hello there, this is DBT, and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today we will continue our quest to do MP tunes for this beauty of a car, the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series. I think I said it right. This is a car that for the last several videos on this series, I found tunes for the brackets of 1320, 1410, 1500, and 1591. If you haven't seen those videos, check it out. At least one of them should be appearing in the top right about now. But today, we're gonna be looking first into a 1680 tune, and I'm actually halfway there. So let's have a look at where I'm at. But before we jump into any of that, you know what to do. If you like my videos, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you'd like to support me directly, please consider joining the Vroom membership. Information is right there by the join button. Alright, so currently I already lost the MP tune because I've been upgrading it a little bit. All that I gotta do now to finish my tune is actually do some additional upgrades here in the suspension, which I should put, if I am reading this correctly, I should put it at 9. So yeah, just a couple of upgrades more to add. How am I doing? 1668. One more. There it is. There it is. 1680. Oh, would you look at that? So what is the tune? 391010. That is the tune. And sorry that it took me a while to get back into tuning this thing, but obviously I needed to get to Elite so that I would, be able to use this car again in multiplayer, and I did that over the weekend. So here we are. So we're gonna jump into Classic Season. Let me select the car, by the way. There we go. And as usual, you can see the race counter. You'll see all of the races that I do. Let's see what this thing can do over here. Well, this is gonna be a tough race because there are 2 Aventadors and a spammy car. So yeah, it's gonna be rough. But let's see what we can do over here. And oh yeah, there's also that Tech Rules over there, but unfortunately the Tech Rules, it's a car that looks absolutely amazing, but it's kind of bad. I don't think I've done a video on that car. I did pro it some time ago, but man, I was just disappointed. Well, to be fair, and yeah, I had to do a punch drift over there to try to save that turn, because this is just how bad this thing drifts. The Tech Rules I upgraded not because I kind of always knew, I had heard that the car was pretty damn bad. So I was not upgrading it under any false assumptions of, oh, it's gonna be good or anything. Nah, I knew it was gonna be bad. But still, it's an absolutely killer looking car. It might be electric and I don't love it for it, but you know, still looks dope, and that's good enough for me. Alright, well, someone quit the race. I don't know who that was. It was either an Aventador or, well, who knows, could have been the Aventador or the Bentley. No, I think the Bentley's the one that is right in front of me. Alright, let's see what happened there. Yep. Yeah, it was indeed. So it was the other Aventador that quit, and the Tech Rule did finish the race, gaining 6 points. I lost 14 points from that. Jesus. Well, yeah, to be fair, I'm the only one in the Elite League over here, so yeah, it makes sense that anybody that beats me is gonna get some decent amount of points. Okay, the Bentley's still there, so we're still gonna keep on fighting that thing. Man, I'm so tired of that car. Keep it together, DBT. You need to let it go. You need to stop complaining about that car. I just can't stop it. It's so ridiculous. But anyway, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. Focused and ready to race. Let's do this. But okay, here we go. And everybody uses that same decal. What is that about? I'm fine. And let the record show that I went triple tap right there at the start. And that is a Class S level of acceleration, and still the, well, not the best acceleration on Class S, obviously. But it's a class level of acceleration on this car because of how I have it upgraded, and yet the Bentley still out-accelerates me. That should tell you something. You might be thinking, DBT, if you're driving a Class S level of acceleration, isn't that kind of broken too? It is strong, but it's a slow car, because obviously when you're doing MP tunes, you know how this whole thing works, right? With the MP tunes and all of that stuff, that the car, even if MP tune and focusing on certain stats, others are gonna suffer. So for example, this car is slower than Class B cars, even though it's in the same rank. So I kind of like that, a little bit of, oh, strong at this, weak at that. But that Bentley, get it together, DBT, get it together. But hey, still not a terrible showing for my car right here, I'll tell you that. Somewhat usable. Alright, I did beat a Monza in a 650 GT3, but did not have tuning kit, so that doesn't really count. Man, I hope I don't end up losing so many points that I'm gonna rank down. I hope that's not the case. And for people that say, no, I only use the spammy cars when I'm trying to rank up, Listen, I'm not pointing towards anybody, but that same Bentley already is in the next league, already ranked up, and still driving the Bentley over here. Just saying. Just saying. Ah, man, I'm telling you, to a certain extent, obviously, oh god, oh, I lost control of my car. Obviously, there's a choice to drive that car, right? But at the same time, as I've said before, as much as it annoys me when people keep on spamming that car, to a certain extent, I can straight up blame them directly for using one of the best and for a long time very cheap best tools that Game Love programmed in this game, meaning that car being so overpowered, being so easy to get, because it was a credit card right before the cars got turned into tokens. It was a credit card, so credit card, not card. I think I said card. Oh, whatever. But yeah, so that's why I say that. To a certain extent, I cannot blame 100% the players, though I definitely am. Whoa! RIP! Let's go, Baba! That's karma! No, listen, I'm not happy that he crashed, but how can I am? Let's go! First place. He was absolutely gonna beat me, but he messed up that section. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's, how do I say, hate the game, don't hate the player. And it applies in many things, but over here it's quite literal. It's not the player necessarily that I'm hating, it's just the fact that the game still allows that car to run rampant like that. But there we go. Bentley, Aventador, F12 Berlinetta, and the tech rules, those are the cars that I beat. It was kind of nice to enjoy a first place from time to time, you know? Well, RIP, because we're in a very, very, very long track. And that car that I shall not name anymore has basically unlimited nitro, so, it's fine. Look, at the end of the day, it's actually a good thing for me to be driving against those very strong cars, because the whole point of doing an MP tune is see how it compares against cars in the bracket. But if I'm gonna be facing only the easy cars, then it might give you the wrong impression as to what the car can do. But when I'm driving against the kings of the bracket, then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is, I can see that it's certainly good, or it's bad, or it is whatever it is, right? So, I don't know, I think for this specific objective of testing, I think it's great to be facing these cars. It's just that, you know, I have a, don't you, well, you have lost any shred of respect. Now I am glad that you crashed on the previous track. See, like, did he need to knock me down? He didn't, but he chose to do it. That's how you know they're dirty players. Dirty ass players. You know what? It's fine. But yeah, like I was saying, it's a great way of testing the capabilities of the car. And I think this particular tune is actually working quite well. Like I said, it's because I already, and this is how a lot of the tunes, this is the meta of tunes nowadays, is to focus on the acceleration, to upgrade whatever are the last two parts that I can remember what they're called. Is it? Whatever. Those two aid acceleration, and once you max out those two, you have the maximum acceleration that the car can have. So if it's a car from class S and you tuned it for a class B race, but you max that out, that means that you have class S acceleration against class B cars. Now, to be fair, like I said earlier, it also depends a lot on the rest of the stats of the car, where it's probably going to be slower. So yeah, you may have great acceleration, but the reality is that in a long straight, these other cars are going to catch up to you and defeat you, simply because they're faster, because your tune was 100% about the acceleration rather than anything else. Alright, at least I did beat a Zembo and a Cayman, so that's something. But speaking of testing, I think it's time to test how good this car is in other aspects. You know what time it is? Spiral drift test. Now, I still don't believe that this is gonna be any good, because the drift on this thing has proven to be very, very bad, so let's see what I can do over here. No, definitely needed the... Oh, wow. Alright, that went absolutely horrendous. Let me try that again. That previous attempt was really weird, because, yeah, the drifting is horrible, but the punch drift suddenly actually was better than I expected, and that's why I ended up hitting the inside. But let's see if I can do it better this time. A little earlier, I still need to do the punch drift. A second punch drift, nah, yeah, you need 2 punch drift just to be able to do that relatively decently. Man, this drift is terrible. And just for the sake of being thorough, I'm testing it in the opposite direction too, but you just know that this is gonna be bad. So, yay. Man, that decal on the Pagani Power looks super dope. I kinda like it. Alright, here we go. Need a punch drift. Second punch drift. I mean, I could have finished it with 1 single punch drift, but it would have been way wider overall, so... Oh boy. And of course, time to wall. Let's see what this thing can do. The triple tap right away with 2 buttons to make it as good as possible. Don't touch me. They touched me a little bit, but if I had to move, I had to correct a little bit the trajectory. Come on, buddy. Don't touch me this time. Just stay in your lane. Don't touch me. I said don't touch me. All right, I'm not gonna touch the steering now. I'm just gonna let it go, or rather let it keep going. And there it is. There you have the time to wall. Is that good? Is that bad? Why don't you let me know in the comments, because I really have no idea. But do let me know how it compares against, you know, strong cars of this bracket. Now with that out of the way, it's time to do our last MP tune for this car, and I do mean it, because obviously there's only one more bracket to tune it for, the 1770 bracket, and after that it's gonna go to the Pro. Pro will be a different video, because obviously I'm gonna do a pro test and all of that stuff. But for now, what do I need for the next tune? Well, this next tune is not gonna leave it at 1770 or 1771, 72. It's lower, but that just has to do with the fact on how I've been upgrading this. It's basically a path that you follow when you're doing these tunes, and this path that I chose, again, shoutouts to Invalid User for figuring this out. This path on upgrading these things as I've done it leads me to have a quote-unquote suboptimal 1770 tune, but still, let's do it anyway. So all I gotta do for this one is upgrade my tires. So let's upgrade a little bit with resources. Oh, by the way, let me disable this thing. There we go. All right. I forgot to turn off the zoomed in thing on the screen. All right. Then time to start using my direct upgrades. And there it is. 1764. So I cannot upgrade any more tires or suspension, because instantly it would shoot it over 1772. So that's why I have to leave it at this rank, and this is the MP tune for the 1770 bracket now. Is that a good or a bad tune? I don't know. We're gonna find out. As usual, classic season, you see my races. Let's keep doing this. At the very least, in this race, there's a Porsche 911 edition. And yeah, I imagine that's gonna be tough. I didn't see what else is there. Oh, wait, what? Is that me but in black? I think driver 1755 is driving the same car that I'm driving with an MP tune. No, wait, is that the Porsche? What is that? I don't know. No, it must have been the Porsche. Never mind. I don't know. Whatever. Can't tell. It doesn't matter. It looked cool. For a moment, I was like, is he driving the exact same car that I'm driving, but in a different color? That would have been dope. You were like, look at them with their MP tuned AMG GT A. Oh, Jesus. It's a Porsche, by the way. I recognize the engine cover with the vents and all of that. It's fine. It looked cool, all right. What can I say? It's it's the same shape of car with the big wing and all of that stuff. So can you blame me for being confused as to what it was? No, you can't. Or you shouldn't blame me for it. How did I overtake him? I don't know, but I overtook him. So let's go. All right. Yeah, I should be able to keep this. The difference in speed shouldn't be that big anymore. Because as I always say, the closer that your car is to its pro rank, the better that the tunes become. Because the fake rank situation starts ameliorating. Is that a word? Diminishing. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. First place, all right. So yeah, Kunta Shop PI Porsche 911 GT3, and then there was a GT boosted. Oh, poor guy. Man, we should just donate some points to this guy. Jesus. All right. Well, that's the first place with this tune. So maybe it's an amazing tune, and I just didn't know. Very interestingly, I saw two people driving in this race. There's two people driving the Porsche 50th anniversary design something, whatever it's called. That's a very rare car. You rarely see it, much less two in the same race. So I don't know, maybe they're just playing together or something. Look at that. It's just weird. You never see that car, because who cared about that car? It's kind of cool. I don't even know if it's a good or a bad car. I really have absolutely no idea what's the deal with that car. I just know that it exists. How did you acquire this car? Was that a car hunt or something? I don't even know. But anyway, the thing that I was gonna say regarding the previous race with me getting confused with the Porsche 911, I'm fine. This is perfectly fine. Me confusing this car with the Porsche is kind of funny, because they're the German brands, and they have cars that at first sight looked extremely similar to me, so I don't know. What can I say? All right, this race went terrible because I didn't... and by the way, that horrible barrel roll was my fault, because I went way too low on the ramp. So that's on me, unfortunately. I ruined what could have been a fantastic race, but it's okay. Sometimes it happens. All you can do is move on with your life and pretend that it didn't happen. Forget about it and don't learn from the mistakes. And crash a bunch of walls, because that's what I do as well. Jesus Christ, CBT. First race, first place. Second race, 7th place. So if you ever doubted about my skill issue, there it is, right there. All right, I got defeated by a lot of things. Yeah, look at that. 911. Yeah, what is it with this too? Well, there's the Rabbit Edition, which is not surprising because it's a really good car. But the other two, that was weird. Interesting, but weird. Holy guacamoles, this race is kind of stacked. The weakest car I saw in this one is either the FXX or the ZR1. The rest are pretty strong cars, so it's gonna get interesting. And before I get wrecked in the first 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, Jesus Christ, you know? Not that it ever happens. I don't know what you're talking about. Just thought of mentioning it. Oh crap. Oh crap. Why did I alt tab? Alright, here we go. You know what? I don't love taking that. Oh, for I'm fine. Well, he crashed as well. Someone crashed as well, but see, right as I said, I don't like taking that. That's exactly why I don't like taking it. Because I can never understand what is the rules or the priority or what determines who knocks down who when you're midair. Because you just saw that. Maybe it's because like I said, I'm a little slower than the regular pro car at this rank, so maybe that's what created this situation. But that was absolutely annoying. It's fine. Oh, I'm fine. Perfectly fine. I already lost this race. Let me do this jump because I can never do this jump right. Because you need to. All right, that was nope. I forgot to. I guess I need to do a small little drift as I'm landing or something because that did not go well. By the way, if you want to get a hard on a pin, you need to limit the key phrase, which for today is going to be: AMGs are astonishing automobiles and actually amazing at allowing anticipation arising as aerodynamics accentuate action and aid atmospheric assertion. What? You want it again? Sure. AMGs are astonishing automobiles and actually amazing at allowing anticipation arising as aerodynamics accentuate action and aid atmospheric assertion. First person to post it gets a hard opinion. You know how this whole thing works, right? So there you go. At least I beat a Portilla P1 in the Evoluzione. So, yeah. All right. You know what? Let me test the drift. Might as well while I'm here. Now, what actually gets me interested about testing the drift at this point is that by now I have upgraded indeed the handling. So that could indeed make this a little bit better in comparison to previous tunes where the handling upgrading was incredibly unimportant. So let's see. Can it do something decent? Oh, jeez. The same thing happened as the last one. Oh, boy. So basically I had the same issue where the punch drift was a little sharper than I thought, and I ended up hitting the inside, but let me try again. Nah, still bad. There's just no two ways about it. The drift is bad. And again, just for thoroughness sake... Oh, look at that. 2 cars with wings. Nice. I'm doing it on the opposite direction, but I expect the results to be equally as disappointing. Man, the drift on this thing... Okay, you know what? That actually wasn't super terrible. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try again. I am actually positively surprised about this. That didn't feel... I mean, it wasn't great. Don't be mistaken, but it was still better than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. I did the thing where I bounced on the wall after the punch drift, but hey, at least in the reverse, it's somewhat usable. Somewhat. And now, time to wall. Ooh, Apollo IE. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. All right, here we go. Oh, why'd you get on the way? I'm correcting again the direction a little bit, and all right, there's our first take. I even quit the race and restarted it in hopes that I get a different car. Okay, yeah, the muzzler. That should have worse acceleration, so you shouldn't get on the way. Why did my car start? Oh, see, did you see how it started going on the left side? Okay, hold on. I believe that is a bit of an issue with the emulator, that it registers that I'm pressing something that I'm not. I don't know. Oh, yeah, look at that. Perfect. All right, that was the ultimate start for the race. So it worked to restart the race. All right, there you go. Why don't you let me know also in the comments if this was good or bad acceleration compared to the cars of this rank, huh? But there you have it. All of the tunes available. Well, I mean, you could do different tunes if you upgrade different things and all of that, but at least we explored tunes for every single bracket that was possible for this car. And man, all I can say is no matter the tune, the drift sucks. That is the ultimate. I mean, listen, I joke about it because it's just funny to complain about how horrible, Jesus, how horrible the drift on this thing is. But I knew it from the get. I think I did make a video testing the car at pro, well, you know, testing quote unquote, it's not a pro test, but you know, in the TLE where we had this car available to play, I was like, yeah, this drift is absolutely horrendous. So it's no surprise that if a car drifts horrible at pro, it's gonna drift horrible or horribler at lower ranks with MP tunes. So it's not a surprise, but it doesn't matter. I just wanted this car because, man, it looks absolutely bonkers, and you know that I like cars with big wings. I like Mercedes in general, and then we have this Mercedes in class S, looking all cool and whatnot. Okay, fine, let's get it. So, and by the way, don't worry about my economy. I'm fine. Don't worry too much about it. I'm not breaking the bank or anything. I just wail from time to time when it's a car that I really, really want because I think it's worth it. Not for performance, but for looks. And oh boy, is this a looker. Like I said, there will be a video later on where I do a proper pro test of this car with a bunch of races at pro rank, and you know, we'll see all about that. But for now, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.